Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We need to be at the community center by 1500 today. Just think of talking in front of all those people. What do you think, Zach? It's going to get fun.
初見と見せかけていらっしゃい。これどうやって賢く時間潰しすればいいんだこれ。賢く。まだ58分もあるよ。このゲームの時間の潰し方が俺は知りたい。経験者の方いないかな。このゲームマジ来ねえかな。このゲームどうやって時間潰すのがいいの。まあ確かに賛否両論だわなこのゲームは。
探索くらい。
そうなんですか。寝るか探索。狙撃できないのかな。書いてる。探索ぐらいしかないんすかね。あ、こうやって武器変えれなんでいちいちアイテムボックス開かなくてもできんじゃねえかよ。今気づいた。いちいちめんどくせえなこのゲームとか思ってたけど、あとこんな簡単にアイテムボックス開けんじゃん。やっぱ説明書は大事だな。つうか超虫が飛んでんだけどこの周りを。なるほどね。探索こう。あと51分。51分。微妙だな、51分って。だからボケーっとしてるわけにもいかねえしな。俺はこのゲームの経験者にお聞きしたい。このゲームはどのように楽しめばいいのか。何やそれ。ここは入らない方が良さそうだ。なんで？そっか、じゃあしようかな。探索するかじゃ。探索するっつってもな。あのカードでも取りに行くかじゃ。とりあえず。 全然いいじゃん。
初見です。今日も H ですね。
はい、いらっしゃい。H なのか。駐車場に止めたら。やばい。俺このゲームお蔵入りそうになりまあ頑張って、一応クリアまで頑張るけど、この時間潰しの仕方がいまいちわからん。もうサブクエストとかで時間潰す。
高難易度なの？
高難易度というか別に難しいわけじゃないんですけど、いまいちそのね、なんつうのかな、どう言ったらいいんだろう。どこ行けばいいとかじゃわからない。どうやって時間を潰して遊んでいいものか、このゲーム。別にこのゲームがまあ賛否両論あるゲームだからな。人を選ぶゲームです。あ、スタミナ切れると。あれ通れないのか、これ。いや、あそこどうやって行くの一体。だから好き嫌いで分かれるゲームだと思います。はい。結構これの2もあるんですけど、最近それも結構面白いらしいんだけど、2はちょっとね、ワンはいろいろ不自然すぎる。あっちか。どうやって
ロザ3番は今日の下着は何色ですか？
今日はね、
僕は真っ黒だよ、ブイ。
黒かな。黒じゃねえな。紺色か。って何よ、リーさん聞くのこ。
履いてないよ。
履いとるよ。あ、はい、
こんばんは。3ペア下着かと思ったらノーパンでしたか。あら。
ダルさんこんばんは。ちょっとね、米ジェネを新しくしてみました、キャラを。はい、ちょっとねちょっと若干枠が足りなかった。2人にしとけばよかった。1人若干見切れてる。最近のパソコンのゲームって立ち絵が作れるのって普通なの？クリアしたら。
割とありますね。立ち絵鑑賞足す立ち絵プラス。立ち絵鑑賞モードってあったりなかったりですね。
ちなみに3ボケにはあったんで作ってみましたけど、お試しに。
H ですね。
いや、H な画像じゃないけど。ちょっと青がぼやけてるけど、若干まあしょうがない、それは。ああ、時間潰しマジつれ。あと30分。
セリフ枠もあるので、自分の好みに卑猥なセリフを差し込むこともできます。あら。
できますけど、そんなことしないです。 ああ、ツイッターにあげるとかもあったな。意外なことがあって。ツイッターにあげるとはあったけど。そんな遊びしないですから、俺。ガソリン食うしな、これなんでね。時間来る前何するのがいいんだろう、このゲーム。単に追いかけっこゲームでもすればいいのかな。昔あったレースゲームで。
ネタで作るのか、ロリを裸にしてお兄さんおめでたってなんですか。笑わせるとか笑。
さすがに裸のはなかったな。裸はないな。裸って項目がなかったはずだね。あなたはボケにはそんなものはなかったです。ちょっとあれだ、そうだ。今思った。俺攻略サイトで見る前にもっと大事なことがあった。これの操作説明。そうだ、もっと大事なことがあった。レッドシーズプロファイル。操作説明。これが一番大事だった。操作説明。書いてなくね。操作説明がないな。あれ説明書かな。説明書がないな。どこで説明書見ればいいんだろう。このゲームどこで説明書見ればいいんだろう。ここにはないでしょ。オートセーブとかカメラ、音量、止血量。ないな。操作説明の仕方はないぞ。こっちにあるのかな。オプション、データ管理、ないな。操作説明がないんですけど。重要な操作説明がなかった。悲しみ。危ね。普通操作説明あるでしょうよ。どんだけ理不尽なゲームなの？でもな、2が10年もかかって2出したってことは人気あるゲームだからな。これ寝たらまずいな。寝れば時間経つけどな、どう大丈夫かな。寝りゃいいんだ。寝よう。寝て急いでいきゃいいんだな。オラオラって。危ないよ、落ちるって。ここで2時間、2時間っていうのがあったはずだから。
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We need to be at the community center by 1500 today. Just think of talking in front of all those people. What do you think, Zach? It's going to get fun.
これで寝りゃいいな。2時間経ったべ。3時間じゃきついな。ギリギリいけるか ?4 時。いや、いけるかな。はあ。 国の時間あのまま寝続ければいいのか。じゃあもうこうなったら。
Previously during the investigation.
強制的に時間をささせればいいのかな。なんできっちり時間過ぎちゃってんの？最初から諦めてねって時間調整するか？どうすればいいのか。時間をわざと過ぎさせればいいから、もう諦めた。そうしよう。サブミッションとかなんかいろいろあるらしいけど、俺はそんな知ったことじゃね。さっきのとこまで戻れるかって言われるとちょっと疑問は発生するけど。ここが集まるとこでしょ。さっきの寝れるとこどこ？あれ？釣りとかどうでもいいんだ俺。さっきの寝れる場所が知りたいんだけど。ここか。あれ今ここどこにいんだっけ。あれまだどこにいんだ俺。あれここか。だからこっちに行きゃいいのか。だからバックして。警察署だ。おーい。こっち行きゃいいのか。だっけ。あれ？逆走してる俺。あれ？
H な走行ですか？
H な走行です。いらっしゃい。あれあれ寝床どこ行った？あれあれあれあれ逆走してる俺。あ、逆走。チーズドラマ見てうまくいかねえ。逆走できねえ。キキキキキっていけねえな。
海ちゃんという寝床？
海ちゃんはいないです。邪魔だ。邪魔だ。おお。
ケイアンの血が騒ぎますね。
いや、騒がないですけど、大丈夫ですよ。
そうやって組の事務所に同 突撃してたの？
いや、してないからね。してたら多分もうゲーム放送のんきにしてらんねえからね。あ、どうしよう。これを諦めて3時間寝て11分でもいけるか？いけるかな。4時49分。挑戦してみよう。11分でいけるかな。
トイレタイムが襲撃された合図でしょ。幼稚園のさくらんぼ組に突撃したロザさん、逮捕。わら。
逮捕されるわな。10分でいけるかな。かっ飛ばせばいけるか。あ、ギリギリいけんかよ、これなら。俺は早い、誰よりも早い。そういえばリンさん、そういえばさっきちょっと自分のね見た動画をちょっと見てたらね
うみちゃん、UR リコン。ロザさん、イエス、マイロリコン。
なん
ロザ
か
さん、僕よりも王老だったのか。
いやいやいやいや早漏とかじゃなくてですね。てかどっちこっち
どんな動画です？
っていうかもう半年前出すのかなそれ。よくニコ生の上も消さないなって。ペロペロキャンディーをなんかアイスをペロペロしてる画像とか動画がね残ってるんですよ。未だにね。いいのかなって。逆走してるじゃねえか。
タイトル教えてほしいです。わら。ニコ生運営はお気に入りはずっと残る。
そうなの。そこの俺が
アイスをペロペロ。
そう
普通じゃん。
じゃあそのちょっと待って URL 貼ってあげるから今ちょっと待ってね URL 貼ってあげるから。
運営のお気に入り。
いや待って俺がそれ開いたら今音消しゃいいのか俺がまず。
そういうのをお気に入りに入れるロザさん。
入れたわけじゃない。いや
H じゃん。
違うんだけど。あれここはあれいや間に合うか。あと3分いけ、もっとスピード出せ。ここ入り口。
グリザイア。
いやグリザイアじゃない。なんだろうあれ俺キャラなのかな。よくわかんねえ。俺何のゲームかがわからないから。ゲームがわからないから俺。ちょっと待ってね。ちょっと待ってね。一応ね音が出て俺がバンされたくないから普段の両方消して。マイクだけにしてから、これ大丈夫だ。ちょっと待ってね。その URL 調べるわ。なんすかそれ。ーっと。どこだっけ？マイリストだっけ？違うな。どこだっけ？後で見るに入ってんのかな？いや違うな。履歴か。 これで URL 貼ればいいかな。なんだっけ。とりあえずもう音は出しても平気だから。ほいしょほいしょ。よし、はい。音は出してももう平気。あとなんだっけ。自分のページまで。多分この URL で見れると思うんですけど、よくわかんないけど、俺も。多分これで見れると思うよ。はい。
フトプス、わらわらニコビデオ .jp、ウォッチ、ユー、フォント、カラー、00、以下略。
多分これで見れると思う。わかんないけど、俺も。卑猥なのが流れるんで先に言っておきますからね。くれぐれも音量とかに気をつけるように。これニコ生にあるやつですからね。俺がやったわけじゃないですからね、これ。俺そんなぶっこいことしないんで、そんなアップで端。よし、やるか。
しましたけど、まあまあっていう子ですね。
でしょでしょそんなのがニコ生にあっていいんですか？
ああ、上のお気に入りですね。
そうなのかな、上の気に入りなのかな、だからかな。すごいダメだと思うんだけど、その動画。すごいダメだと思うんだけど。
ちゃんと口に出しとる、わらわら。
でしょ？
ロザリーのお気に入り。
Zach, I haven't been on stage like this since elementary school. I'm not some tree in the wind this time either. That was a tough role.
あと正直言うとは安心して、いい色ゲームに個性にもあります。
Thank you all for coming today. Getting right down to business. Agent Morgan from the Federal Bureau of Investigation wishes to speak with you.
Good afternoon. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
Some of you are already aware by now of the tragic murder of Anna Graham. Truly a heinous, terrible crime. I've come to this town to solve the murder of this young, beautiful girl.
だと思います。それそのままだと思います。多
And to bring the
分
one
変えてなく
responsible
そのままだと思いますよ。多分その動画。
画像を隠せば OK なのね。どもです。
Unfortunately, incidents like these have a tendency to happen again.
いや、アウトだったか
I
ら、
ask
ゼ
to
ロ
have you
性ゼ
gather
ラ
here
スと
so
か、
I
フ
can
ェゼ
share
ロ
some
とかもあっ
advice
たから。
to minimize the risk of further fatal incidents.
よくわかんないけど何の記事になるのか。
Firstly, please stay away from any dark, dangerous, isolated places. Those of you with children, especially of Anna's age, please guide your children away from such places at
運営の
all
お気に入
costs.
り。
そうなのか、それ。
Secondly, avoid going out when it is raining. Now, I've heard the folklore
運営は
story,
AGM、幼女は
the
基本許さ
raincoat
れる。
killer.
そうな
There
の。
is a chance that the murderer is mimicking the story. Women should also be especially careful. I would hate to
何
see
がやったぜ
more
って
of this.
何がやったんだい。
Who's the fashionable Lily?
昔に
That's
ゲームのゲームの
Thomas's
幼女の
sister.
HC
She
に
owns
な
a
れた
bar.
けど、生きてほしい
His sister.
そう マジか。
So, as I
俺
have
はそんな
said,
勇気ないからやんないけど。
avoid going outside when it is raining. Young women should be especially careful. Report anything or anyone suspicious immediately. The murderer will be caught and brought to justice. But you must all remain on guard until we do so. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
もう怪しさ満点だよな、あいつ。こいつ怪しさ満点だよな。変なマスクしてるし、ガスマスクしてるし。怪しさ満点だよな。
ロザさん、あれだよ。
え
When paying for our sins, we must not frown. The loss of Anna was for that debt.
好感度100にしたのが18金満で映った放送のミス。
わかんない。そんなの。それはまずいでし
When
ょ。
purple fog covers our town, we'll all wander in hell, I fret. So says Mr. Stewart.
たまに運営側のミスでバンあるから怖い
Sure
のよ
knows how to
ね。
steal thunder.
いつも通常版でしてたのに油断して
Let's ask some
18金満
questions
立ち上げ
before all
て
these
た。
guys
わ
leave.
ら。だからロザさんの気をつけて。
それはないから大丈夫。俺は多分わかんないけど。気をつけてるつもりだからだ。
Agent Morgan, here's your chance to get to know some of the townsfolk. Don't let it go to waste.
一般版で好感度マックスにしたら一般版なのにエロシーン入ってたのあったんですよ。
へえ。そんなぶっ怖いゲームがあるのか。
Agent York, your words really made me think about Anna's death again. How could one do such a terrible thing?
ああ、たまにありますね。
I'm still in shock.
Thomas, I forgot to ask.
DMM
You don't
で
have a
はた
tattoo
ま
on
に
your
紛れ
back,
てま
do
す。
you? Tattoo?
あ、それ BMM そう
I
だ。
do, actually.
セールやってるん
But
だなん
why?
か。
Could you show it to
開
me,
発
please?
側のミ
What?
スですけど、
Now?
配信者としては困りますね。わら、
Yes, please.
英知、
This is vital for our investigation.
通常版なのに消えてる音流れたり。
Okay. If it's gonna help you any.
すんごい虫が飛んでんな、おい。ていうか、アマゾン配達中でなかなか来ねえんだけど。ほんと来んの
Well, I'm wondering who G is now, but aside from that,
Did it tell you anything?
it told me that you didn't kill Anna.
Of course not. What are you saying?
You ought to see that tattoo, Zach. A big heart with an arrow through it and Love G in the center. I don't know when he got that done, but we've all been through the 80s.
死滅した。そんな恥ずかしい入れ墨してたの、こいつ。
ハエが飛んでる。
Quite a performance. Mysterious and very poetic. But I don't think many of your audience appreciated it.
なんで通訳が必要なんだよ、お前。てか、マスクしてんだよ、喋る。
Francis York Moore.
わら、
A purple fog appears with rain, soiling and ruining our town. The evil does not drain. Find out why the town is soiled. Remove the
なん
source
か、
from which
アメ
it
コミ
grows.
のバスにいそうに外
Then
で。
and
わ
only
ら、
then will a case be
確かに
solved.
そう。
But for this to happen, to solve the crime, the proper must do the proper at the proper time. It is not yet mine. That is Mr. Stewart's turn. But if you, Mr. York, find the right timing to chat with me, that is, with Mr. Stewart, may that be informative and fruitful, you will see. So says Mr. Stewart.
まあ、ロザ
So,
さん、
Harry,
あれだよ、通常版で
you
も
know something.
音 H な時もあるか
But
ら
there's
気を
some
つけ
reason
て。
why you
確か
can't
に
tell me.
たまにあるね、
Is
そう
that
いう
what
ゲ
you're
ーム。
trying to say?
Cut the poetic rubbish, Harry, and tell us what you know. We can force you to talk, you know.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, pay close attention to the signs, the omens, and the premonitions. Small they may be, they still are finds, and helpful to your investigations. So says Mr.
Thanks for the warning, Harry. But don't worry. Me and Zach, we know what we're doing.
私が配信したらエロゲーばかりになるんだろうな。きねえ、わら。
放送しましょうよ。FC2 なら全然安心安全ですよ。あそこのアダルトサイト行け。全然問題なく放送できますよ。怖くもないですよ。何も。
Finished asking questions yet? When you're done, let me know. We'll all get dinner.
無法地帯無法地帯なら大丈夫ですよ。
うち持ってるエロゲー、永遠の焦り屋とダカーポにくらいだわ。
ダカーポってエロゲーだったのあれ。
手持ち100本はあります。わら。
手持ち4本。
So you're the FBI agent, are you?
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I'm the general. I fought for my country in the Vietnam War.
A real-life war hero.
ダカー
So
ポ
why
は
are you living here?
最初エロゲー。一般的
Soldier,
ヒロイ
this is
ン
my
増えた逆
hometown.
色。
After a man returns from war, there's no place to go other than his hometown. Your little speech, you mentioned the raincoat killer.
Was that a problem?
You imbecile. The raincoat killer's no myth, not mere folklore, and a fairy tale. It's based on actual events that happened in this town.
It is. I'm interested. Can you tell me more about this?
You kids today don't even know how to ask for something right.
No. ダカーポ
Soldier, if you want to hear more, you come to my office.
わら、21本入り。
すげえいっぱい入ってる。
He
すげえ
literally
お得
exudes
感
raw
半端ねえ
power,
でも。
Zach. Despite the credibility issues, we should give him a visit. One thing, though.
スクールデイズが何枚
Calls
言ってたっ
himself
け
a
な。
general, but isn't that a sergeant's uniform?
ファンディスク多すぎるんじゃ。
これ作った人絶対バイオハザード4好きだよな。
サーカスはファンディスク商法が。
そういやいつか高くなるかもしれないなって期待してはいいけど、期待しても多分高くならないんだろうな。
だからサーカス商法言われるのよね。
You're York, right?
なるほど
I'm
ね。
Richard Dunn, the
で
owner
北
of
市
the
も
Dark
高い
Bar,
しな、ワンツ
Swery
ーのセット。
65.
抜き差しはやってみた
How'd
い
you。like the
面
town?
白そ
Oh,
う。
it's great.
普通のゲームだ
Aside from the murder that happened here.
Yep. Murder just doesn't fit with a small town like ours.
Well, Richard, I'll have to correct you on that. Crimes don't care about size. Big town, small town, just isn't a factor.
I guess you're right.
So, how did you know Anna?
I've known her since she was a child. She was the same age as my son. You know, she always stood out, being pretty and all, just like her mother, Sally.
What do you know about Sally?
Well, I went all through school with her right here in town. I never thought our children would be the same age.
I don't see her here today.
Oh, well, see, she lost her husband, and this time it's her daughter. She's at home right now, trying to make peace with it all.
You seem to know a lot.
高っ。
How long have you been in love with her?
Hey, don't go there. That scar of yours tells me you got your hands full too, right? Let's not dive into personal matters. It'll be better for you and me.
You're right, Richard. Collecting gossip won't help with the matter at hand.
だ山本関西さん死んじゃった？
第2章のなるかなより第1章の焦
I'm
りや
FBI
すぎです
Special
よ。
Agent Francis York Morgan.
So Anna was killed. But why does that bring the FBI here?
このゲームよりか俺マリオどうしようかな。このゲームよりかマリオ。
I have an interest in murder
このゲームよりか
cases.
マリオほんとどうしようあれ。
You know, man, this might just be another case to you. But it means the death of a friend to me.
このゲーム
I
は
don't want
ク
you
リアでき
taking
そうだ
this
けど、
lightly like it's
ちょっ
just
と
another case.
だ
I
る
never
さ
take anything
戦闘
of
して
this
の
nature
みんなさの
lightly,
だ
I
るさ
assure you.
あの
I'm here to apprehend the perpetrator who did this.
Yeah, because local enforcement can't shine their own boots, right?
Good point.
はいマリオカート見
Can't
たい
always
の
count on the police,
はいよ
can you? But that doesn't mean you're going to capture the perpetrator yourself. Quint.
How do you know my name?
I memorized the name of every citizen before arriving in town. I also know about you and your significant other.
You mean Becky?
Don't underestimate the FBI. We know and see everything.
I'm sorry if I was a little harsh. I want to help, I do. Okay?
Okay, Zach, I'll tell you how I knew his name. He's got a small Q on his hat. That was the only name beginning with Q that I could think of. He was even kind enough to tell us his girlfriend's name. I can read him like a book, Zach.
回答は素晴らしい。何犯人が分かったの？あんな猟奇的事件の犯人が。すんごい無心好かれてるな。怪しいからなんかジョーカーみたいな顔しやがって。
Good evening, Mr.
Brian, the gravekeeper. Brian.
Mr. Bryan. I like the retro look. Auditioning for Little Grave on the Prairie?
Anna. Oh, she was so beautiful. Too soon. Too soon to go to the grave. So sad. So sad.
I totally agree. That's why I'm here, looking for the one who did it. Were you close to her?
Anna, her smile, so warm. Anna, blonde hair, so bright.
There's a graveyard somewhere in town, Zach. I'm not excited about the idea, but maybe we should at least check it out.
Tabaco. タバコは持てない。これ何のタバコでしかもよくわかんねえのこの赤いの。
Anna was an airhead.
なんだろうそれ。
What do you mean? Are you saying she was killed because she was an airhead? Or are you saying that she was an airhead for being killed?
I'm sure she's still an airhead, even in heaven. She
Oh,
changed her
you're fine.
hair every day.
あれ
If she lost a pound, she'd be ecstatic. Gain one, and she'd almost be in tears. She broke many, many plates every day at the diner, and she'd always have a smile on her face. Always having fun. Everyone looked at her and knew she was a cute, adorable, loving airhead. But they would be smiling right along with her. I wouldn't be surprised if the angels smiled with her too.
怖いから。
Isaac and Isaiah said that Anna was a fairy of the forest, a goddess.
なんか隠してんのこいつ怪しいぞ。あいつなんか知ってんじゃねえの。プロファイリング。あいつなんか知ってんじゃねえの。いやいっぱい話す人がいるな俺。
Can you tell me if you noticed anything strange about Anna before the incident?
Well, I'm not sure if this will be of any help, but...
Anything, no matter how small, could be of help.
Well, you see, the diner closes when it rains. Many shops do that around here, as you might have heard. Anyway, Anna always seemed unfocused the day after it rained. And came in late, too. It was almost as if she used up all her energy the day before. Come to think of it, that was really strange. Did that legendary monster really kill her?
It wasn't a monster. Just a criminal. Criminal I'm going to catch and bring to justice.
兄さんは今日も安全運転だ。今週そうだ、ヘアリーテールが出るじゃん。忘れてた。
I'm U.S. Special Agent
頭の
Francis
カサ
York
サスミンすらなかっ
I
た。
presume you are the owner of the diner that Anna worked at?
That's right.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Anna Graham. Did you notice anything strange about her prior to the incident? Nick, are you hiding something?
No, nothing.
You sure?
I'm sorry, but I don't like repeating myself.
You're Isaac and Isaiah's mother?
Yes, I'm Lily.
I'm FBI Special Agent...
Agent York, right?
You are good.
The handsome special agent from the big city. The facial scar trademark. The way you introduce yourself.
安定運転だね。
Everyone's talking about you.
Well, I can't say much about the scar. But the way I introduce myself, Zach and I consider it a kind of ritual of sorts. Everyone has their own rituals. It's like always leaving
俺
the
もそ
house
こまで
left
はっ
foot
ちゃけてみ
first.
たいですけど、みんなドン引きしそうだからはっ
You
ちゃけて
certainly are a
た。
funny one.
So, have you noticed anything strange or out of place recently?
Well, Becky's been taking a couple of days off from work, but aside from that, I heard she was in shock after the murder. But,
You think there's something else?
well, I took the boys along to see her today. She's always so kind to them, and they love seeing her too. But she took in the boys and told me to wait outside. Something about a special secret between just the three of them. I just couldn't understand
グリ
it.
ザイア
That's
グリザイアならやってもいいよ。なぜか
Thank you, Lily.
やってないから。どこで俺が交通事故に遭うかわかんないけど。
Perhaps we should give Becky a visit tomorrow, Zach.
でしょ分かりづらいですよね、大佐さんも思うんですよ。俺も分かりづらいもん、雰囲気あれ。なんであのクソみたいにしたんだろう。前でよかったのに分かりやすくて。
Hey there, FBI. I'm Keith Ingram.
ポールかな
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. That's what everyone always calls me.
Okay, York. No problem, man.
So, Keith, I hear you run the Milk Barn convenience store.
That's right, man. Rock and roll!
Do you sell raincoats there by any chance?
Yeah, but nobody ever buys them, though. Anyone who wears one of them, I say, just ain't a rocker. But you know, that scar of yours. Now that scar rocks.
This scar rocks? Now that's a new one. I'll drop by your store soon, and let's talk then.
Yeah, cool, man. Rock on, FBI!
うん、確かに分かりづらい。なんであんな風にしたんだろう。
Mr. Morgan, you're quite an impressive public speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little of a play I saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
I'm talking about back when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come on the weekend to see the
どうで
latest
もいい話だ
play.
けどまたぞあれ。
He'd always pretend to be uninterested, but
Yeah,
I
どうでもいいん
could
だけど
tell he was excited
もう
inside.
いいよ。
He was just one of those kind of guys,
Yeah, you-
really, thinking about it now.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite
お
play?
前も聞くの
Well,
かい
I like so many. There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore. Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
Something by Shakespeare?
No, nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore. I've always been forgetful about the plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my husband would get angry at me for forgetting what we saw. He'd go on for hours retelling what the play was about. His eyes were so sparkling, like a happy young boy.
I see. So, what's your favorite play?
Oh, I almost forgot, Mr. Morgan. We're going to have another guest soon. I have to get back and get things ready. Sorry for having to hurry away. I'll see you back at the hotel.
ていうか木曜日までにこのゲームを俺は終わらしたい。
Zach, I think she could embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators. She successfully avoided answering my question, Zach. Amazing.
なんでお前ちゃんはなんで鍋持ってんだこの人はよ。謎の鍋だぞおい。何入ってんだよ。男これ。
Oh my pot is getting cold.
迷子。通称のお鍋おばさんってなんだ。お前ばあさん。
Hey, mister, my pot is getting cold.
You are... who?
What are you saying? I'm Sigourney.
ナビから昆虫バイオ7巻
Sigourney. Now, what is the matter? Can you explain?
No time for chatting. I need to hurry. My pot is getting colder. Oh, you're useless.
Zach, we've met all sorts today, but really.
もう手を挙げたよ、ちょっとよ。本当だよ、このおばあちゃん何言ってんだよ。ちょっとなんか食っちゃってんのかな。なんだこの人。話みんなしてるけどこれ。
Jim, thanks for your help in the forest. How are Isaac and Isaiah?
They're fine.
They really seem to love their grandpa.
Well, I guess they do, son. I want to keep them away from the filth of the material world as much as I can. Their mother agrees, which is why she lets me take care of them so often. And that's why I want you to solve this case quickly and go home. Those rumors about that scar of yours do more damage than good around here.
I guess I reek of the material world, don't I? I have to, in order to do my job. But I understand what you mean.
I'd think the same if I was born in a place like this, Zach.
わかんない。ハエなのかなガなのかななんだろうこれティナかなデッドアのティナかな
Hey, good looking. Nice
疲れすぎて
speech.
スーパーカップ埋め
バニラ味
And you are?
Oh, I'm Gina. I'm married to Jack. He runs the gas station. Call me the Rose.
You look pretty revealing.
ですよね
Oh, this old thing.
バニラ最強
You should see some of my other clothes. You? Oh, now you are cool. That scar really is a turn on. You should come to my station. I'll give you a little extra service.
That would be great. I can't believe how expensive gasoline is nowadays. Some extra service would be great. Now, about my current case. Do you have any information on Anna? Have you seen anything suspicious?
Oh, I don't know. Talk to my hubby about the difficult stuff, okay?
This is getting us nowhere, Zach.
バース似てるんだけど気のせいかな分かる人には分かる分からない人には分かる
I
ね
ain't got nothing to tell the cops.
スタンド攻撃受けてるの
受けてますね
What about the
ちっ
FBI?
ちゃくて分かりづれえなこれ
Shut up.
At least give me your name.
ダメだ見えねえな
I'm Jack. They call me Raging Bull.
That's a manly nickname.
If you want info, it'll
ジャ
cost
ック
you.
ナイフ
I only talk to Ben Franklin.
You know, first impressions are important. I can detain you for a few days, and maybe you'll become more fun to
トリ
meet.
ルサリー
違うよ
Zach, this is a waste of time. Let's go.
ロザさんはさらにマッチョ
マッチョじゃないな俺ぷよんぷよんだよ 金取られた。あとどれだろう。
ジャックナイフと名を轟かせたロザさん。
いやいやいや。
I can't believe you thought I was a suspect, Agent York. I'm still in shock.
あと誰よ。
気をつけてください。あまり刺激すると刺されますよ。
いや刺されないから。
一人1時間で組を3つ倒せた伝説。
倒せないからね。2人にすればよかったな。なんかやっぱ青が見切れてるな、若干。青が若干見切れてるな。2人の方がよかったな。稲荷も微妙にいるけど微妙に見えねえし、稲荷。怪しいな、お前。怪しすぎだろ。真犯人だろ。
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
Wesley, owner of the gun store called Panda Bear. People around here call me the gunsmith.
大量の鉄パイフ、釘バット、MK-4、鉛の靴を持って潜入した
Was there
伝説。
something you want to ask me?
How do you make a living running a gun store in a place like this? I'd be worried because there can't be that many customers.
Worry gives a small thing a big shadow. I do gunsmith work in my shop, too. If you got the skills, the customers find you. All you need is a network.
I hope so.
ロザリー、チャカ欲しいって持ってるくせに。
お、売ってた。サブマシン。サブマシンもさっき買ったよな。弾、どうだ。弾買うか。
気づかなかった。あら。
作りました。作ったっていうか、まあ、作ったのは俺ですけど、その立ち絵を作ったのは俺ね、クリアしてあったから作ったのですけど、コメディで作ったのは俺じゃないから、それ。そのアイコンを作ってもらって、アイコンは作ってもらった。
You've got quite a selection here. No wonder people come from all around.
Even today,
2人が限界だったもん。3人はちょっときつかった。青がちょっと見切れちゃってる。
Well, I'll be sure to visit your store sometime. I'd like for you to take a look at my gun.
Understood. Look forward to it. The shop will be open again tomorrow. It's usually open from 2000 to 0600. See you then.
8時から6時 ?8 時 ?8 時から6時だ。全部不思議な時間にお店やってんだね。誰？兄さんも3ポケ買えばそういう遊びができますよ。でも全キャラクリアしないといけないけど。全キャラクリアしなきゃいけないって辛い思いしないといけないけど。
リトバスとクラなどはあります。
パソコン版ありますよ、リトバスも俺、クラなども。そういう立ち絵があるの？でもな、俺、スイッチ版でクリアしたいからな。パソコン版でクリアして、もうスイッチ版でクリアして、裏でまたやりたくねえな、その何周も何周も。てか、どこ行きゃいいのこれ。行き詰まったんだか、これなんかした。さっきいたこの人。
Agent York, you make any progress?
Of course, plenty.
自己バスやるの？
Tell me, Usha, when is Anna's funeral?
自己バスって何
That's
すか？
still undecided. Sally isn't really in any condition to do it right now.
Her mother? I don't see her here.
Anna was the sole reason for living after her husband was deceased. Well, she's probably huddled up at home.
And I should probably take some time to pay her a visit.
Well, yes, you should. And I'd appreciate it if you could, too.
飛ばすはいつやろうね。
But don't go too hard on her, okay?
リトバスの別名、事故バス。理由は、やったらわかるとしか。
なるほど。まあ、ネタバレになっちゃいますからね。やったことないかな、これ。
Are you getting closer to catching the murderer?
Hello again, Fiona. Good to see you here.
Well, Dr. Johnson told me to be here. He said it would be important.
Well, that was good advice. He may be young, but he seems like a wise man.
Oh, and he's a very hard-working person, too. Everyone thinks he's some kind of weirdo, but I don't think so at all. People don't understand why he's in the autopsy room all day. But I do. He's doing research to make the world a better place in the future. You know, he already made a fortune in LA with his career.
I did not know that.
You didn't? Oh, the doctor is a very rich man. He has a really big house over by the lake.
Amazing, Zach. You must be loaded. Rich and young. A perfect combination.
But you don't get that feeling from him at all, do you? He doesn't show it. That's one of the things I like best about him.
Well, I could have been fooled if it weren't for you. Thanks for the valuable information, Fiona.
なんで？何 AI って。そんなのあるの？だって別になんか変なこと打ってなくないですか？
Agent Morgan, I'd like to let everyone go home.
バグ？あ、だからそっち行ったんですか？なんだろう？
あるらしい。
バグですか？そんなバグがあるのか。まあどっちでも好きな方で、まあ、画質は
MCV からだとコメント打てなくないですか？
NCV って何ですか？米ビューってことですか？米ビューから打てないってことですか？打ってたよ、ニギさん。おかえり。
あ、打てるようになった。
なんだろうね。あ、そうだ、ニギさん、ちなみに、昨日なんかを作っていただいたの、あれって何、設定すごい大変なんですか？そういや。
Well then, Agent York, do you have any plans for this evening?
I was going to head back to the hotel and go over my notes. I need to contact HQ and give a progress report, too.
Okay, then let's call it a day here.
Sounds good.
Contact my office when you finish your report. We'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Diane, going to the art gallery?
いや、昨日の
Alright then, let's do that.
昨日の作ってくれたやつは大変
Hold
な
on,
の、
Agent
設
York.
定。
We're going out to eat at Nick's Diner. Would you like to come with us?
The diner? That might be nice.
Thomas is a great cook, but Nick is the real deal. No visit to Greenvale is complete without eating at the A&G.
A very appealing proposition. Zach, what do you think? We can always go back to the hotel after eating dinner, or go directly back to the hotel. You decide,
ザ
Zach.
ック。分かったよ。これぜひお願いしよう。そのまあ。
少し大変だけど、一度やれば大丈夫。
まあそれはそうですよね。一回するまでが大変なんですよね。もうハエがうっとうしい。ガっていうか虫が超飛んでんだけど。
And this is the worst murder I've ever seen.
Our town is a little odd in some ways, but it's usually a peaceful place.
We had our fair share of cases, but just the regular stuff. A high school kid shoplifting from the milk barn, maybe? Or some hot-headed kids fighting, fueled on liquor? Nothing more than that.
Agent York, what kind of cases have you dealt with in the past?
Not much different from those you've just mentioned. The case I was on until last month, well, the guy killed 7 girls in a 3-month period. He sawed their heads off from the neck and took them back to his house. He cleaned the skulls up and used them as utensils in his daily life. to eat from,
とんでもない爆弾な話してんじゃないか。
as a urine cup. He hated women. That was his way of dealing.
何を話してんの、飯食ってる最中に。
He'd fill skulls with ice, cola, and rum, and he'd down it in one gulp. For him, that was a holy ritual.
ドン引きして
The
ね
question of his mental state was
みんなドン引きしてる
court case.
何言っちゃってんの
For me, he was insane. 100%. Drinking from the skulls. Well, that is one thing.
いや、死ねえだろ、ズバイ。
Those he had used to relieve himself, he would then just use them to
便
drink
器って
too.
さ。
Yeah, that was too much for me. It's just not sanitary.
Not sanitary. That's probably not the problem for most of us.
みんな食欲なくなってって
Ah, yes. An ingenious law school student raped over 800 victims. That was a nasty
どうしたんですか
Thank you, Agent York.
どうしたんですか
Now,
兄さん欲しくなっちゃっ
something
た
else.
You don't want to hear anymore? That's a shame, isn't it, Zach?
買うしかね
I was just about to get to the good part, too.
Sounds like you live in a totally different world.
好きな絵で立ち絵も作れます
An
よ
elite agent who just jumped out from a movie or something. In your eyes, we must look like we're just playing.
なんで俺のあげないといけないの
Give
なんで俺のあげないといけないの買ったのにわざわざ俺
Don't say that, Emily. The cases you have solved are all full-fledged crimes. A
サ
crime
マ
is a
とケ
crime.
ークスタシーが出たら
Size
考
doesn't
える
matter. There is no big and small.
いや、やったって言われてもな、いや、ありがとうって
Crimes always have a criminal and a victim. No victim will ever welcome a crime, no matter what its size. So, fundamentally, there is no difference in size.
Well said, Agent Morgan. We work day and night to preserve peace and order in this town. You understand that, right?
Of course. But still, I don't view shoplifting and Anna's murder as the same level of crime.
散歩機買いましょうよ
Neither.
太郎さんも買うって言って
I
たな
never even dreamt that such a thing could ever even happen in this town.
さらにあれかな、誘惑のために立ち絵作るとこ見せればいいのかな、俺
Here in this
こんな
diner,
感じで
waiting
作
on
れますよ
tables.
って
メーカーの回し物か
え俺違いますよ 俺別にお金もらってないですよ良いゲームはやっぱ宣伝しないといけないと思う使命感
Good night, then.
シマモンと卓球ゲームと立ち絵作る放送ありますか
卓球ね、ダブルスもあるらしいですよ、そういえば卓球ダブルスあ、そうだ
公式に書いてあった
なんかそういえばなんか怪しいけどなんか CG100% レコード 100% のセーブデータが転がってたのはちょっと怖いけど
ダブルスもあるのかグレゴリーはあるのか
グレゴリーそっちそっち昨日ふとまあまああれだ話したけど
Picking up from where we
海
left
ちゃん
off.
のチャーハンショットみたい
I've been thinking about what movie I'd like to watch next. And finally,
チャー
I've
ハン
made
ショ
a
ットも
decision.
全部揃ってねえなそれ
It's hard to narrow it down just to one movie, but I put a lot of thought into this, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. 1975, directed by Steven Spielberg himself. Grandfather of panic movies, set in a small town in Massachusetts. That movie made me stay away from the beach for years. I was always afraid that a hand might come floating up. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah? It's Jaws. Underwater camera work, accompanied by that John Williams music. I'd never been that scared by a movie before. The best thing about it is that it isn't just another panic movie. It won't close the beach even when there are so many victims. Chief Brody putting the citizens' lives above all else. The film gave a lot of time to the dispute and friction between them. It certainly had a lot of messages for a 2-hour film. That's probably another reason why it was such a record-breaking hit. One of my regrets in life is that I didn't see it at the movie theater. I guess I was still just a child back then. Still, I wanted to taste that terror in real time. That reminds me, did you know this one? Jaws also appears in another movie that was produced by Spielberg, Second Back to the Future. It was directed by Robert Zemeckis, who later made Forrest Gump. That's also a masterpiece, of course, but we'll discuss that another time. So, the scene where Jaws appears is right after Marty McFly goes 30 years into the future. He passes by a movie theater and is attacked by a holographic shark. Marty is shocked, of course, but looking closer, he sees the words, Jaws Part 19. The director is credited as Steven Spielberg Jr. In reality, there were actually only 4 Jaws movies. It was still a great joke. 30 years from 1985 would be 2015. We'll be there pretty soon.
I wonder what life would be like by then. Oh, Zachary, let's continue our chat later. Okay then, Zach. Let's go back over our progress.
First, the victim,
あれ可愛いキャラが
Anna's death. She was found hanging from a tree in the forest.
なんか可愛いキャラが出てきた
She was cut open with a knife from her chest down to her stomach. That was the direct cause of death. The strangulation marks and skull fracture were caused after death.
ギャルゲーじゃね
Her
えか
tongue was also bit off, and I found something inside her mouth.
Do you remember what that was, Zach?
抜いちゃダメだよ。
いや抜けないよこれ
Not that, Zach.
そうじ
Come
ゃな
on.
いだろうザック
Try again,
もう一度
okay?
答えてくれ
What
血
did
の
I
中
find
に
in
引き出しで
Anna's
遊んで
mouth?
みてほしい。
あ、これ何予備知識なしで
That's right. We found the same red seed in her mouth. According to Emily, it was raining when Anna was killed, but traces of tears were still evident on her face. Which means the perpetrator killed Anna under a roof in the lumber mill, and then carried her body into the woods after it stopped raining. We found numerous important pieces of evidence at the site of the crime.
正しいからお手軽って書
Total
い
of
てるわ。
4 things.
あ、すごいお手軽ゲームだな
Knee prints in the grass. A wood chip with metal dust. Photo of a man with a tattoo on his back. And one other thing. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
That's right. A broken stiletto heel. Aligning this with the other evidence suggests that 2 people came into contact with Anna's body prior to it being discovered by us. Those being the perpetrator who killed Anna and Miss Stiletto Heel. There is also the possibility that a third party carried Anna to the woods. That means we could be dealing with 3 people. 2 or 3 people. In any case, Miss Stiletto Heel may have vital information. We need to find her next. We didn't use forensic methods, but we're still closing in on the criminal. Have I forgotten anything?
Ah, of course. The marks on her hand tell us that Anna was gripping something when she died. Do you remember that, Zach?
覚えてないよザックは
What do you think she was holding on to?
メダル？これかな？
That's right. A round object. The marks on her hand suggest a peace mark. The man in the photo found in the woods had a tattoo of an upside-down peace mark on his back. These two could well be related. But we don't know for sure. Next, the townfolk. A few are worthy of special attention. Carol McLean, the singer and bar owner. She's Thomas's sister. Then there's Nick Corman, the owner of the diner. Both of them seem to be hiding something. There's Diane, the owner of the art gallery, who's out of town. Then we have problematic old, rich, and eccentric.
コメントしづらくなったニコ生もしかして。
Both will be tough to crack. Well, we just have to
ま
go
た
one
緊
by
急メン
one.
テでも入んのかな。
I've been thinking. One of the biggest rewards here is the fantastic food. Enjoying food is cultural, and yet it's also a bit uncivilized. It's interesting how good food motivates me to work harder during investigations. Oh, and on Emily's back. It was strange to me. Hey, don't take that the wrong way, Zach. I wasn't getting all excited or anything. But it did make me feel strange. Nostalgic and sad almost. It's starting to rain. I think this case may take a while.
パトカーを持ってきてくれるってすごいな。ていうかこれほんとマジでさ、ファーストトラベル的にはないのこのゲーム。マジで。マジきついからね、このゲーム。オープンワールドないとかって。いや、空耳アワーです。あ、そうなんですね。へえ。あ、またこう来た。エピソードに行ったってこと。
Are you thirsty?
You must be very thirsty.
You only take milk with your coffee?
Coffee with milk. That's all.
びっくりしたな、お前。
Who are you?
My name is Becky.
What are you doing here?
My name is Becky.
Anna's friend?
My name is Becky.
フラーユを聞くとモリス賞を思い出す。
モリ
NPC
You must do what
NPC
you must do.
正論答える。
Take a sip of coffee and go.
そっか、卓球もやらないといけないか、ダブルス。ちょっとアウト。
何このショタ。
アウト組まないとなさ、俺。 汗かいてんなあの子の。
ハワイユとフワーユ言い間違えた総理時代。
まずいんじゃないそれ。つか腹減った俺も。全6章らしいからやっと5時間やってやっと2章。誰これは。
That's me. That's me when it happened.
クリントン大統領、私はヒラリーの旦那です。森、ミープ、私もデスクサである。
Zach, this case looks like it's directly related to us. I do not know how yet. I do know I need some coffee. George said he'd have someone pick us up in the parking lot. Let's get some breakfast with Polly first.
大きい疑われるからやめろ案件。わら。
なんだ。ちょっと離席。
ロサさんはオナ休憩の離席の模様いらん。
クワは、こいつロザリー？お、覚えました。
オナ休憩だったか。なるほど。唐突だのそんな休憩。
何？よし、あれ、これどこどこ。アマゾンから荷物が来てたですよ。
抜きタイム。
いや、抜きタイムじゃねえかな。
手洗ってこい。
あ、忘れてた。そのままパッと握っちゃった俺。まあいいや、まあ風呂入るからいいや。セーブしてやめよういっぱい。
こいつロザリ
ー何覚えさせてんの。後で忘れさせとこう。 くだらない変な
スクイズ来たのかな。
スクイズは9月ですね。あれ8月 ?9 月、スクイズは9月。はい。この間買ったね、1週間ぐらい待ったルーターがどうも良くないから新しいの買い直したんです。はい、Amazon で。じゃあ、お疲れ様でした。はい、ありがとうございます。